I think that's been. I think that was the first one that got patched. Like I think I remember.
Yeah.
I think I heard that one got patched in like 2008.
Yeah. And if we were to do part 3, I'd rather do Heritage for the Future because that's much more linear and straightforward. Although we've been having some funny things about that game recently. I'll probably talk about that a little bit later on.
And then you have to do another set of 3 to 5 practice streams for the other version.
Right? No, well, it's also just fun in general, so I'm not complaining too much. We might be inadvertently walking to a little bit of a JoJo marathon right now, by the way, guys. Well, while you're helping out Bleach, I guess I'm helping out JoJo. Very funny how it's fit into place, by the way.
Did this guy always dress like that much of a whore? I thought he was wearing a regular shirt, not a
See, I thought he was wearing a vest too.
Top thing.
I remember the vest part, but honestly,
what are those chainmail shirts called?
I know what you're talking about. Fishnet.
Mesh.
Probably mesh too, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, everyone here's wearing some the faggiest clothes you can get your hands on, and we love it for it. Part 5 is really where Araki really went to town on the...
You mean went off the deep end?
No, I wouldn't. Well, there was different deep end.
Metallica. What's his name?
Oh, Nero, yeah.
Nero. The guy in the emo clown makeup and also wearing the jester hat.
Watching a cop go from wearing a standard uniform to seeing what Abaki was wearing. But no, so I heard this from you. I don't know about the validity of it, nor do I know details, but this is apparently also like a low point for Araki as well. Like,
yes,
he was in a bit of a depressive slump, wasn't he?
Second.
Yeah.
He's gone through this a couple of times, actually, where he's had to rewrite story arcs from a plan point to make them diverge, because he would go through a depressive stint, and so he didn't want to kill off characters that he originally planned to kill off if he didn't have to, so he would write them out of the story in one way or another. It's not going to come up, maybe even tonight, honestly.
It will come up with Fugo.
But with Fugo, he originally planned for Fugo to actually be a plant from the boss into Bucciolati's gang.
Yeah.
And he was going to be the one to report it back to them every time, and that's why the Hitman team always knew where he was at any given time, or where the boss's bodyguards knew where they were at every given time.
Sorry, you finish.
And he didn't want, and the end result of that would have been that Giorno would have had to have killed Fugo.
Ah, man.
And he really didn't want to do that because he'd already done enough shit for Fugo as it is. Fun fact, Fugo's backstory doesn't exist in the manga. They had to create it for the anime.
No shit, really?
Yes.
Wow.
And you don't find out that he was molested by his teacher until the anime.
Nearly molested, but yeah, yeah. I would say he's justified there, personally speaking. No, I was reading on the wiki earlier that apparently Araki was actually listening to a lot of rap music in order to get in the mood for this. One of them being Snoop Dogg, and the song Doggy Style was apparently really scary to him. And you know, it's funny because you think of Snoop Dogg these days and you're like, Snoop Dogg? Scary? So not, the guy with the old white woman, really. But no, he was a bit of a fucked up guy back in the day, back in the 90s, West Coast boys. Crazy shit. Anyway, time for Man in the Mirror. I hate Man in the Mirror. In gameplay, Man in the Mirror, it's based off of, I think, a Michael Jackson song, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Man in the Mirror, right. There's a lot of things you can probably talk about with Michael Jackson. I don't feel like I'm qualified enough to do so, but I'm not qualified enough to either address the allegations, which are probably true, or go over like the legacy he had in pop culture as a overall thing, because I don't listen to him that much. My stepdad could, but I couldn't.
There's a character in part 3 that I forget what their Japanese, what their reference name was.
Martha Stewart, Alex.
I forget what the name reference in Japanese was, but for some reason, the censored American name is, they said the character's name is Billie Jean.
Oh my god, that's even better. Although Man in the Mirror still makes the most sense, but that's just kind of fucking wild.
No, a part 3 character.
Oh, I see, okay. I don't remember who that would be. Shit. MJ Akadishina are still on trial to this day against his name.
Kenny
Wow.
G.
Oh. Not Kenny Loggins. Fuck.
No, Kenny G is a singer.
Yeah. Shit. I just don't remember which character that is offhand. Fuck.
It's a one-off.
Oh,
It's one of the 85 one-offs from Part 3.
That's fair. And, okay, so this mission's fucking bullshit. So this game's got some crazy difficulty spikes. This is definitely one of them. So there's a couple of survival missions where you have to survive 2 minutes against X enemy, like against King Crimson using Bushrai the first time, or Notorious B.I.G. the second time. Man in the Mirror, it's like one survival mission and then 2 bullshit missions, because your entire time when you're in Man in the Mirror, it's literally reverse controls.
Oh.
I am not kidding. Okay, so it's mirrored only also on the x-axis.
Ugh.
Like down works, but left and up works, but left and right are inverted. So that is somehow like the worst of everything right there.
You know, I guess he sort of looks like Shinji.
A little bit. I have Purple Haze. What the fuck is Isn't Purple Haze another Prince song?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. Sorry, I would like to have more input on Prince, but I genuinely have never listened to his music before. That's like maybe some passing stuff every once in a while. I really gotta listen to his stuff more. He seems like a really cool artist.
Up until he decided to not let Capcom use his name.
Apparently, yeah, right. Fucking bitch. Anyway, so yeah, literally 2 minutes surviving against this idiot. This is where the bad dodge roll really comes into effect. So you're basically just running away from this idiot who's throwing glass shards at you the entire time.
This guy is sort of funny. Before the anime, they never confirmed that the 2 guys, even though it was fucking obvious, the 2 guys from the Hitman team that were killed were gay. And in the anime, they finally tell you. And then this guy just straight up says, what a bunch of crazy lovebirds. What it must feel like to be in love.
Oh, yeah, that was great. I gotta give it to Araki, though. Actually having, like, even wasn't openly stated.
And because of that, I also just retroactively remembered the name of the other 2 gay guys, Squallow and Tiziano.
Right.
The guy with Crush and Talking Head.
Yeah, I remembered Squallow the other day, but I didn't remember the other one's name offhand.
Tiziano, I think, is the one with the long blonde hair. That might be the gayest design that Araki ever came up with in anything ever.
I think you might actually be right. Anyway, I believe these are the 2 main secret factors. The other one, I'm not if there's one more, I don't remember what it is. Anyway, so, oh my fucking god, stop it. I fucking hate this so much, because the glass, if he teleports and he throws glass shards, he can combo you with multiple jumps. It's so bad. Honestly, it's almost optimal to just stay close to him. Sorry, I'll see you in a moment. Oh, that was close. Fuck. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think Tiziano is the darker skinned one, and boy, yeah. Also, can I just mention Squallow's like fucking shoulder pauldrons make him almost look like Cloud? Can I just say that?
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yeah, no, this is the gayest thing that he's ever made.
Yeah, it's pretty up there. Yeah. We stand. Fun fact, Jolene was going to be gay. Jump Better said no, and so he then decided he would go to Jump Plus. Really?
So I don't know if that's the exact reason why. I think he just wanted to not be on the weekly schedule anymore, because that was when he started Part 7, and Part 7 went to the monthly schedule. There is some notes from editors about how apparently they didn't want as many girls as Araki wanted in Part 6, because originally the plan was for it to be an all-girl cast.
I see.
So they had to, they ended up having to add Weather Report.
Yep. The Emporio, the kid.
Not Diavolo.
Yeah, the not Diavolo. I know what you're talking about. Does it start with a T? Tristan? No.
The whiny, annoying guy.
Yeah.
Real fucking stupid.
Ah, God. Okay. So
I think there was a third guy.
No. I think that was it off the top of my head. Again, sorry guys. It's been a while since I've gotten to Part 6, but those are the ones that come to mind off the top of my head.
Anasui.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah. Honestly, I think was supposed to be female originally.
It's because their standability allows them to morph the shape of their allows them to morph the shape of their body. and so they can go from being male to female at will. And when they debuted in the manga, they debuted in female form. When it was determined that they were going to be entirely male in the anime, they just changed it so that they always appeared as male.
I see.
Since they never ended up using the body transfiguration technique ever again.
Anyway, Abakio is very funny because, like, almost like his entire time in the first half is just spent being abrasive to Jonah, being like, listen here, you little punk. His inner cop really showing here.
This voice for Abakio was really weird because it's Tetsu Inada, who you would know better as Nappa and as the wolf guy from CP9, and just a bunch of, and I think maybe also Jesus Burgess. You know, a bunch of very big muscle-bound guys.
Yeah.
So to see him playing a twink is weird.
So I will also give a special shout out to the English voice dub cast for this, and Mick Lauer, aka Rice Pirate. If you don't know, Mick has been around doing Newgrounds voice acting for a long fucking time as well, kind of also along the same vein as the person who is doing Jolene.
Kira.
Thank you. I forgot her name off the top of my head.
I met her 2 years before she debuted as Kira.
And she was also cosplaying Jolene then too.
I think that's just her default state of being.
I know. It's literally... Shout out to her, by the way. She literally accomplished her dream of being able to voice Jolene. Fucking... We stand. That's so good. Oh boy, this one is also kind of rough. So...
Does that mean it's all downhill from there?
I wouldn't consider it downhill if she's already hit a pretty good peak. But anyway.
Fair enough.
So this is also kind of rough because now Mirror World is Abakio, Physical World is actual Purple Haze.
Is this still reversed?
Oh, not Purple Haze. It is reversed here, but not when we get to the other side. I know.
Moody Blues.
Moody Blues. Thank you. Moody Jazz is a good. Moody
Let's
Jazz
jam.
I gotta say, the Moody Jazz is a good translation name. I think I almost preferred Moody Jazz personally.
Moody Blues is the name of an actual song.
Yeah, I don't know by who though.
But no, it's really funny. Them going with Moody Jazz Let's Jam was actually a point of contention for a couple of weeks in the dub until people stopped caring, because they just needed something to fill the flaps.
Yeah. Again, Mick did a great anime debut doing Abakio. I think he's fucking great at it. He's been doing amateur voice acting for a long fucking time anyway, but just that
no, the
really...
Moody Blues is a band.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Smoke on the water?
Your wildest dreams, the story in your eyes. I'm just a singer. Ride my seesaw. Lovely to see you. New horizons.
Okay, this is pretty rough though, because unfortunately Abakio's melee attacks aren't that fantastic. And this idiot keeps alternating between man and mirror and physical movesets, which somehow is worse because the fucking knife seems to have a weird ass hitbox. Ugh. Alright, let's see here. Most of my strategy with Moody Blues is up is just trying to get a single hit off with him and just reset Oki. So if you look at Man and Mirror's health bar, you actually can see that it's segmented right now. The light green bar is all we have to deplete right now for this mission. This is going to come up later also with some other missions, like with King Crimson especially, but yeah. Anyway. Unfortunately, if you run out and you take more damage, you get stand crushed. You're left slumped over for a minute, and then you have to wait for it to regenerate. Also a mechanic from Heritage for the Future, funny enough. It's very funny how there's a lot of shit that just kind of like made a transition from Heritage for the Future into this fucking game.
You know, it's sort of funny. Abakio being playable in this game wouldn't be playable in any game for another 21 years after this game came out. There's data for him being planned to be playable in All-Star Battle, but they couldn't get it worked out. There were plans for him to be playable in Eyes of Heaven, but they couldn't get it worked out. And they finally got a moveset working for him in All-Star Battle R DLC.
Jeez. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw it on the wiki. I'm like, wait, is this really the last time fucking Abakio is going to be playable? Like, forever? Jesus Christ. Kind of insane.
Because of his somehow non-combat relevant abilities.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I still have a list of firsts to show up for this game. This is gonna be fucking funny. Oh my god, it's gonna be a minute. Hang on. Okay, where did I leave? Oh, at the Bakio. Oh yeah, this is only the second time any material for Part 5 has appeared in any other media. So the first time is kind of strange because it's actually with Heritage of the Future, the Part 3 game, because Silver Chariot Requiem shows up in there for Polnar's level 3 super. I think only the Dreamcast version and going upwards, because it doesn't seem to be in the PS2, PS1 version for what we've seen.
Yeah, because that would have come out in 99, and
Yeah.
Dreamcast version would have been 2000 or 2001, so it wouldn't have been until after Part 5 was over.
And if I'm not mistaken, that also would have made the very first debut of the stand arrow in any other medium that was not... Well, actually, that'll be true. The arrows might have been the Super Nintendo game, but I'm not sure about that.
The arrows weren't referenced at all until Part 4.
That's true, yeah.
They don't appear at all in Stardust Crusaders, except for in the anime, technically, because you see a picture of Enya the Hag, and
Yeah.
it's a picture you see every time she shows up where she has the bow and arrow like on her back, but you don't actually find out what it is until Part 4.
Yeah. Oh god, this also... Okay, I will say, Jorno basically sacrificing an arm in order to infect the guy using Man in the Mirror is fucking hilarious. And also, that part is brilliant, but then the thing following is kind of silly. But also, I can see why Araki would have to abandon Purple Haze, because, yeah, its insta-kill ability is kind of insane.
And its ability for collateral damage.
Yeah.
But also the ending to this fight where Jorno reattaches his arm, and it's the most painful thing in the world, and Fugo is just internal monologuing over just staring at Jorno writhing in pain for like 5 minutes is one of the funniest bits in the show.
It is.
Because you can hear him screaming in the background like, ah!
That is in this game too, by the way. Fucking awesome. All right, let me show you some cool shit. So, Purple Haze here has his one uppercut. You can combo. Let me see if I can do it. I'm only gonna get like one shot at this.
Also, Purple Haze is neurotic autism.
He really is. Hell, he just immediately starts scratching himself. I didn't do anything.
Because he's drooling, and he's drooling onto his leg. But if you try to wipe down the drool on your leg, you're just smearing it further.
Yep. All right. So luckily, some missions do start with max secret factor. So HPR is at maximum from the word go. I'm glad that didn't combo. Jesus Christ. Yeah, legitimately, this whole function about Man in the Mirror being able to combo with the glass charge is absolutely bullshit. Let me tell you some of the other difficult things about this fucking game. There's no lock-on mechanic at all. I have to manually aim all my goddamn moves.
The Dudley uppercut.
Come here. Nope, stop that. Big punish. Oh, yeah.
Who says you can't combo?
And this wasn't a fighting game? Crazy.
You're doing your Tekken juggles.
I am literally doing Electric Wind God Fist with Purple Haze. It's absolutely piss off. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm just only gonna avoid that on reaction.
You can't break out of these attacks?
No. That one with Man in the Mirror is guaranteed. I hate it.
Does that make it a command grab?
Kinda, yeah. You can dodge through it, but like you need to react to that, and that's not always doable, especially when he's off screen.
Hey, he's even trying to zone you.
He literally is. Come on, stand crash.
Will it break if you hit it enough?
Yes.
Or is it just permanent?
It just broke.
Oh.
Also because I'm left at advantage wherever I do my string. If he tries to press the button afterwards, or if he doesn't try to spam dodge roll, I'm gonna keep getting this. So he has to fucking respect my offense at some point in time, and he's not doing it. I forgot this is the second time Man in the Mirror is mentioned in JoJo.
So yes and no.
Oh, that was sick.
There's the character, what is that? Jay Guile in Part 3, who is the man that killed Polnareff's sister. His ability is, his stand ability lets him move through reflected surfaces.
Right, yeah, that's Centerfold.
Yes, that's the name of the stand. And so, yeah, he's able to go in and out of any reflected surface, from the chrome and the steering wheel, mirrors, glass.
Eyeballs.
Your fucking eyeballs.
Yep. Centerfold is fucking crazy stupid. And also, I think one of those beginning stands where the answer to the situation is kind of crazy. I'm gonna say I think part 5 is the start of where Araki is getting a little too ambitious with the choreography and the writing for battles, and kind of has to pull some ass pulls in order to ride himself out of a corner.
One of the first fights is on top of a moving truck.
Yeah.
With the fixed space bullets. You kind of start going crazy from the word go.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like some of them do have actual logical throughputs. Having to hit a bullet that's already lodged in his skull again in order to get to pierce deeper. That checks out. But the whole thing, most of my criticisms, I think, is just with Golden Wind as a whole, because I feel like I said the translation and go figure. A lot of it, I don't think it's ever really clear about how exactly his stand works, honestly. I mean, obviously it's clear at a glance, but I feel like it kind of just does whatever it wants to at a lot of points. At one point during the Centerfold fight, Parnov says World of the Mirrors, at which Kakyoin calls it stupid, that can't exist. Oof.
And then people are like, yeah, when a character does that in part 5, it's a reference to that thing in part 3. And everyone else on Earth is like, do you think that after that fight in part 3 ended like in most fights in part 3, Araki ever thought about that ever again?
No. Well, okay, so it's funny, because the whole thing about Araki forgot is a big misnomer.
No. I'm not saying Araki forgot anything. I'm saying, do you think he cares about any of those one-off fights from parts 1, 2, or 3 that never get referenced ever again?
Literally,
do you
there's
think
no
he
fucking
ever
way.
thought about them ever again?
There's absolutely no fucking way. That being said, it'll be very funny to get to covering Heritage for the future again, to experience all those funny one-off fights. Some of them actually having fucking presentations, or if they're not playable, like weird-ass cutscenes or minigames. Very funny.
And that game having the OVA cast and the weird bad Dio and the weird Jotaro.
The voice actors?
Yeah, that's the OVA slash the PS1 game has weird Dio that sounds like he's an office worker. Has no commanding presence whatsoever.
Yeah, I can kind of see it, honestly. Also, at some point during all this, Zabakio did cut off his own hand in order to get a one-up on the guy.